All right, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Obviously, our weekend could have gone better, and I thought should have gone better. We let that one get away from us as fast as we started, and we just didn't keep the pressure on. And against a good team at home, and when the stakes are that high, you got to keep playing play after play after play and get things done. We obviously did not play well enough on kickoff and kickoff return to win. I thought we punted and covered punts well. I thought we covered one kickoff well. I thought we punt return was solid, and Austin had a great kick there that pinned those guys deep late in the game, down by 7. I thought that was a huge play for our special teams. But overall, we got to play better against a team like Pittsburgh on the road to help our team win, and that's going to be the focus this weekend against Cincinnati. They are one of the, if not the best special teams units in the NFL. They play hard every week. You'd never know they're 1-11 by the way they play on special teams, which is a tribute to Coach Simmons and his staff and the way those guys play.
You have to make a change at kick returner.
Thought about that, to be honest with you, because of the the drop kick, and that was a tough play to make, but he's got to make that play, and I've talked to Javier about that. I don't want to give up on him yet because it's so important to him. He has gotten better. He has improved in practice. You don't see it as much in the games. We haven't had a ton of opportunities, but we got to make smarter decisions back there, and he's just got to keep fighting. And I'm not one to throw in the towel on a guy quickly. I'm going to keep coaching him. Part of that's on me, and that's why I look at things. If they're not developing as quick as they need to, it's part of it is coaching, and part of it is playing. Obviously, we got to keep working together to keep getting him better. And quite honest, we need to block better. Pittsburgh, they covered extremely well. We knew they would, and I thought I'm going to give a lot of credit to the kicker. Boswell did a phenomenal job kicking. That's tough to do in that kind of. It wasn't that windy, obviously wasn't that cold, but when you kick the ball off that effectively, and at home he should because he knows the stadium better than anybody. But he made it very, very difficult for us to return kicks, and we just got to do a better job fielding them and make better decisions. And quite frankly, like I said, we need to block better.
Does that mean he's still doing it this week?
Maybe. I'll let Coach Simmons guess on that one. But yeah, we've got other options. We know that Dontrell, we could put him back there. He still has a good average. Dearness Johnson's a guy that we could put back there. And then as the weather gets colder too, you can put some bigger body guys back there too and get after it. But I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I've been told it's not going to be that cold again on Sunday, which is amazing. God's country, Cleveland, Ohio, baby.
He tried to let that ball go out of bounds?
I don't think so. I thought about that initially, but when you watch it on tape, he had to field that ball because it was close, but you never know what you're going to get on a bounce, and that's kind of risky when you do that. We teach our guys that if you're close to the sideline, you can establish yourself out of bounds with 1 foot, and just all you got to do is touch the ball, as you guys probably know, and then the ball's an extension. Your body's an extension of out of bounds, so therefore we get the ball at the 40, but it wasn't close enough to the sideline to do that, and he wasn't in position to make that decision anyway because he got there fast. He's got to square up. He had time to square up, and at the end of the day, it didn't really hurt us, but if we get better field position there at the end of the half, we might get a field goal out of it because we did drive the ball a little bit there at the end of the first half.
Seems like one of the things Austin does well is on kickoffs especially, kind of put the ball at the 1 yard line or the goal line. Is that one of the goals on kickoffs is to put teams in a position where they've got to make a decision, is this ball going to go in the end zone? Can I bring it out?
He's done a really nice job with that most of the year. The one out of bounds against Miami. He had the one to the 10-yard line to start the second half against Pittsburgh, which is not what we wanted there because we have a good returner time to get up on the ball. But for the most part, he's done a really nice job, and we got a pretty good kickoff team. We've done a good job all year long, which we need to do this weekend because Brandon Wilson is probably having the best year out of anybody, at least in the AFC. He's the best kickoff returner in our conference, certainly our division. Of course, I know Baltimore's got a good one. Pittsburgh, he did a good job the other day. But they're playing with a lot of confidence on kickoff returns. So we need to make it very, very difficult for them to, get something going. And if that means higher, deeper kicks or higher, shorter kicks, whatever the case may be. We got line drive kicks. We got to keep them off balance so their timing doesn't get going because, like I said, they have a ton of confidence on kickoff return. And Wilson's a big part of that because he's got great vision, speed, incredible body balance. He does a great job with lateral movement in the hole. Got good vision for a guy that doesn't play running back. He's a very good returner. But Austin has done a good job for us most of the year, and we take a lot of pride in our kickoff team. So it's going to be a good matchup on Sunday.
So you guys practicing that hooch punt last week.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that every week, or is Heinz Field kind of set up best for it because
You
No,
talking about
no,
the field goal
sorry.
punt there in the fourth quarter? Yeah, we actually worked on it a little bit in the spring, a little bit in training camp. And Austin's background, I mean, he was a 4-year starter as a punter, as well as a field goal kicker and a kickoff specialist. So, he's got that ability to do that. We introduced it in practice for the first time last week because of the time of year, to be honest with you. And I think that was the perfect time, for us to make that call. And Freddie did a great job of being on top of the situation. We made the call and went out and executed a really good play. It was close. The way I understand the rules, that Steven got 2 hands on the ball and downed it before he let it go. And, if I'm on the other side, I probably don't like the call because his knee was touching the ball. But I've seen that call before, similar type of play. So, it worked out in our favor. So it was good.
They challenged that. Were you thinking he was going to challenge that?
They did.
Tomlin?
They did challenge it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did one of these deals here, kind of dropped the mic type moment. I watched it. It was kind of cool. Yeah, it was fun.
So is evident on the replay that it did touch his knee?
It did. Once he got I didn't know he got the second hand down until I saw the TV copy the next day. He got the right hand down, and then on the ball, left hand on the ball, downing it, and then he let it go, which was smart because if he takes it into the end zone, it's touchback. But it did touch his knee. Yeah, but the rule was, and the officials, good for them, were on top of it because that's the rule. It's kind of a cool play. I thought you guys would be a little more fired up about it. I was.
I mean, is there some presence of mind there to let it go when he did, just to, you know what I mean? Like,
You talking about Steven?
yeah, to not,
Take it into the end zone?
I mean,
it's a
when
great play.
he's,
As he's going in the end zone, the momentum's taking him in the end zone. He did a great job of letting it go. And I thought Jamie, you hear the TV copy. I think Fouts said something like, he didn't know what Jamie was doing. Jamie did a great job of not kicking the ball in the end zone. He kind of dives over Steven, and then Charlie's right there to down it at the 1 yard line. So it was a well-kicked, well-executed play and gave our defense great field position. I thought that was a cool play. It doesn't happen very often.
It's a little bit unusual for a tight end to make a play like that. How's he
Well, he
doing
was the
it?
left wing, and that's his job, is to protect and then get out of there to down it. So I thought everybody executed well. It was a great snap by Charlie because it's an unusual snap by him. The only thing we didn't do, we didn't block it up right with Jamie because they came off the edge. Jamie's supposed to chip that guy on his way out, and he thought he was in Scotland playing rugby again for a second because he just wanted to get out of there and go down the ball.
Overall, Carlson on special teams.
Done a nice job for us. Yeah, he's reliable. He did a good job in the hands team play against Miami. He's been starting now in 3 phases. Did a good job on field goal when Demetrius Harris went out. And Steven didn't even practice that field goal punt last week. It was Demetrius was the guy that was out there with Teller. And Steven knew what to do because he's a smart, conscientious young man. He's done a nice job for us.
You get frustrated. I know it worked out in this spot, but how frustrated do you get when you have a chance to pin it inside the 1 or 5 and a guy that loses track of where he is and is in the end zone? Or, we see it happen from time to time where you think the ball's going to be down and then it's not, and all of a sudden it's a big change in field.
Oh, it's a huge change of field position. And you're going back to the Thursday night Pittsburgh game when we didn't have to down the ball. We touched it after going out of bounds. I mean, those are huge mistakes. And, I looked at our punt team, and I think this is kind of cool because they're playing pretty well. We have 6 rookies starting on the punt team. And no one else has that, not that I know of, and not to anybody that we played. And as I told the group yesterday, I said, fellas, you got enough reps under your belt now. You're no longer rookies, not on special teams. You might be on offense or defense, but you're no longer rookies on teams, and we have enough reps under our belt. So I'm not going to let them use that as an out and say, hey, well, Coach, I'm just a rookie. I don't have enough reps. No. We have enough practice reps. We have enough preseason reps. We have enough regular season reps that the guys that we have out there are doing a nice job, and they're working hard. They're getting better every day. It's kind of cool for me to see the growth of these guys. I know a lot of times you guys don't see it unless you're watching for it, but I'm real proud of the way they've developed this year, and I like our group. There's some good young players out there that we have a good future with. Yes, sir.
Obviously, the loss was a huge blow to the playoff chances. What's your sense for how the guys are going to approach this final quarter of the season?
That's what I was looking for yesterday when they walked in the building. Monday they came in, everybody, we were pretty down. I was down, obviously, and, we watched the game. We put that one to bed. We correct the mistakes, and then we come back. They come back Wednesday, and I thought the locker room was outstanding. I thought the attention to detail, even though we slowed down practice a little bit because we got some guys that are banged up, the attention to detail was there. The mental part of it was there. I think guys are excited to get back on the field. It's a divisional game. It's an interstate rival. It's going to be a fun game, and I don't care what their record is. It's Cleveland, Cincinnati, and being from this area, I know that the tradition of that game and what it means. And I think the coaches and players we're energized, and like Freddie keeps talking about, going 1-0 this week. That's honestly, it sounds simple, but that's the exact mentality that we have to have. No matter, I don't care what the record is are. So we just got to get after it Sunday and go get a win.
What's your goal for catching in the end zone and bringing it out?
Yeah,
We're seeing
I've
that
been
around
asked
the
that a
league.
lot lately, yeah.
A lot of guys are bringing it out. I'm just curious, what do you tell your
I think you
recruiters?
guys know me by now how aggressive I am by nature on every phase, and believing in our guys. I think we need to make some different decisions, maybe better decisions is the right word, but there are times when we need to take a knee 2 or 3 yards deep in the end zone, whether if we got a left return on and they kick it right, we got to be smart enough to understand the situation, and that's part of the growth of young returners, to be honest with you, and I got to do a good job of continually reminding them as they go out in the field, hey, this is what we're looking for here. We want the best field position possible, because Tavier Thomas's mind, he goes, I'm going to score every time I touch the ball, which is a good mentality to have, but we still got to make better decisions back there, and we will going forward. It's a good question.
You said you weren't happy with kickoff coverage,
No.
right? What was wrong with it?
Well, we had a missed tackle on the we go up 3-0, and we call our kickoff team a momentum team. We have momentum. We had to keep the momentum like we've been doing all year long, and we have a missed tackle at the 20-yard line and another missed tackle at the 25-yard line. One guy dove, and they get out to the 41. And I know he's a good returner. He's a good young returner. I get that, whatever. But the scheme that we have, we had 2 guys unblocked at the point of attack. We got to make those plays, and that was the frustrating part. They got out to the 41. Our defense held them, but then we start the second half and we don't kick it well enough, and they get out to the 31. So that's 2 plays across the 30. I think we've only had 1 besides the kickoff out of bounds all year long that have gotten out past 30. My math could be wrong, but I think I'm pretty close. We typically get tackles inside the 25 or 20, and that's what we pride ourselves on. Because that was my frustration in that phase.